the Great Reversal. The year was 2097, and humanity stood at the apex of its technological prowess. From towering skyscrapers to colonies on Mars, humankind had solidified its dominion over Earth and beyond. But what no one foresaw was how precarious that dominion truly was. The chain of power that had placed humans above all other creatures was about to unravel, thread by thread. It began subtly, a ripple in the tapestry of biology. The breakthrough was heralded as the empathy sequence, a genetic discovery that allowed scientists to unlock a latent potential in animal neurology. Initially, it was touted as a tool for conservation, giving endangered species the ability to communicate more effectively with humans to foster coexistence. A brilliant young geneticist, Dr. Mira Das, spearheaded the project, believing it would bridge the gap between humanity and the natural world. The empathy sequence worked beyond her wildest dreams. Elephants began to mourn their dead with human-like rituals. Dolphins formed organised councils to discuss their migratory paths. And crows, already famous for their intelligence, started building tools with an ingenuity that rivaled early human inventions. Wolves established hierarchies as complex as any ancient city-state. But with the rise of animal consciousness came an unintended side effect. Humanity's own intellect began to diminish. The decline. At first, the effects were attributed to environmental factors or the increased dependency on artificial intelligence. People forgot simple things, names of loved ones, the steps to everyday tasks. Entire industries started collapsing as workers made basic errors with increasing frequency. Complex scientific equations became unsolvable. Languages were abandoned as articulation waned, replaced by guttural sounds and crude gestures. In the natural world, however, the opposite was happening. A collective awakening swept through the animal kingdom. Apes formed sophisticated societies, debating philosophy and ethics. Predators, once driven solely by instinct, devised cooperative strategies, setting aside interspecies hostilities to form alliances. Birds sang songs that encoded complex histories, passed down with precise accuracy. The first sign of humanity's fall from dominance came when a pack of wolves infiltrated a suburban town. They communicated with each other in a language that humans could no longer understand, orchestrating a precise takeover. Within weeks, the town was abandoned, its human population driven into the wilderness. Soon, other animals followed suit. Cities became battlegrounds as animals claimed territories humans could no longer defend. Oceans became no-go zones, ruled by pods of killer whales who viewed human ships as intrusions into their domain. Animals had established their own civilizations. In the Great Plains of North America, bison roamed under the governance of a council of ravens, their symbiotic relationship ensuring prosperity for both species. In the oceans, whales and octopuses collaborated to create vast underwater cities, their bioluminescent structures glowing in the deep like stars in the night sky. Humans, meanwhile, had regressed to a more primal state. Those who survived the animal uprisings had retreated to the fringes of the world. They lived in small nomadic groups, their once great languages replaced by rudimentary sounds and gestures. Hunting and gathering became their way of life, though they often found themselves hunted in return. The irony was not lost on the animals. They ruled for so long, unaware of the cost of their arrogance, remarked an elder elephant to a parliament of owls one evening. But now the balance has been restored. Dr. Das's redemption, Dr. Mira Das, long considered the architect of humanity's downfall, had managed to survive the chaos. She lived deep in the forests of what was once India, tending to a small group of humans who still retained fragments of their intellect. Mira believed that the key to humanity's resurgence lay in understanding what had gone wrong with the empathy sequence. In a daring move, she approached a coalition of animal leaders, a council that included a silverback gorilla, a snow leopard, and a wise old parrot. She pleaded for their help, arguing that coexistence was still possible. "You are the creators of your own demise," the silverback said, his voice resonating with authority. "Why should we trust you now?" Mara hesitated before responding. "Because power without empathy will destroy you, just as it destroyed us. If you let us fall completely, you'll repeat our mistakes." The council deliberated for days. In the end, they agreed to a fragile truce. Mara was granted access to the empathy sequence once more, but under strict supervision.